Okay, good day, guys. So today we are looking at statistics, which is data handling. And what we see is that when you're looking at data, data consists of information that comes from observing things, counting things, measuring things, all using responses to questionnaires. So in our daily lives, we actually use data, okay? We actually use statistics. So let's just look at our daily use, some of the things that you actually see on TVs, and also newspapers. So we see that matric results, they need to give us numbers. They need to give us numbers like the pass rate, 83% for Gauteng, 79% for Western Cape. They are dealing with numbers, and from those numbers, they can actually be able to calculate percentages. Okay, so that's the data that we're talking about. Then we also come to what we call COVID-19, okay, coronavirus. We see that also they actually convince what call us to wear masks, also to what call to use sanitizer and everything, because of the numbers that they actually present to us. So you see the total of 35,327 tests were conducted in the last 24 hours. And with this number, we see that 566 are new cases and actually 1.6 positivity rate. So it's actually from the data that actually comes from statisticians. Okay, so you can see COVID-19 statistics for South Africa. So you can see how important statistics is. So it's used in all departments. Statistics is actually applied. You actually understand how and why. Now, so we have these measures of central attendance, because we can't give you that Nhlanhla got 10, 20, maybe should have 20 out of 50. Then Ronald got 80 out of 100. We can't do that. We have to come up with a certain measure of central attendance to say, okay, in the province of Mpumalanga, we got an average mark in maths of 67. So we can see that on average, people were performing, on average, it was 67%. So, but on those 67% doesn't mean that everyone was 67%. Some got 90%, some got also 1%, some actually got 0. But you understand how we get to the mean and also the median. This is the middle mark. This is the middle mark. When you arrange all those marks in ascending order, we see that what is our median mark, and from that median mark, it can also tell us what is it that you are actually dealing with in terms of maths. So mean, you add all the numbers and divide by the number of elements. I will show you how. Then there is no need for you to arrange the data in ascending order, in the increasing order. But when it comes to median and mode, you need to calculate, to arrange your data first. You arrange your data in increasing order or ascending order, then you can be able to calculate the median, which is the middle number. Then if there is an even number of values, there are two middle values. So we take the median as being half between these two values. I will show you how when you're doing calculations. Mode is the value that occurs most. So the number that the data or value that occurs that appears most is what we call the mode. So data with the two modes, we refer to it as bimodal. Then we also look at outliers. So these are extremely high or low values in the data set. So these are what we call outliers. So they can actually be ask you to actually identify an outlier. So in this case here, we are asked to find, identify the outlier. We've got 1, we have 142, we have 143, we have 143, 144, 149, 155, and 1000. And what we see that two numbers are out of range here, which is 1 and 1000. So we refer them to as outliers. Then mean is greatly influenced by outliers, since every value contributes to the mean. So you find that with these values, you find that your mean can be above, in this case, can actually be above 200 or above 300 because of the 1000. That's what we have there, okay? But median and mode are not influenced by the outliers, okay? So you must master that. Sometimes they ask you if what color we to put this number, will it affect actually the median? It won't affect much. Let's move on to advantages of and disadvantages of mean, mode, and median. With mean, it's very easy to calculate, and every value contributes to it in some way. So given the mean, we can find out the sum of values. It's influenced by outliers. So given the sum, we can be able to identify the the value of the given the mean, we can be able to calculate the sum of all the values. I will show you how also when you're doing the questions. Then the median is not altered significantly by extreme values, okay, or incorrectly measured or incorrect recorded data. So median is the middle number. We're picking from the number that we have. There is no calculation to be done there. It's just picking a number. Then also mode is the same thing. You are not calculating anything. You're just picking a number that appears most. So this is useful for most popular value. Can be used for non-numerical data where data appears as words instead of numbers, e.g. flavors of ice cream. So there are many different types of ice creams, but for you to choose the ice cream to sell, you will see, you have to check people prefer which one most. That's the only way for you to know which flavor to sell to your customers, because you check first which are the favorites, and favorites you can only see by those the one that is ordered the most is the one that we are saying is the mode, and is the one that you will actually prefer and actually produce more. So the mode does not occur if there is no repetitions in the data set. So if everyone is buying different ice creams, if maybe say the same number of people are buying different ice creams, it means that you can't specialize on one ice cream, because people prefer all the ice creams. In that case, there is no mode. Okay, let's look at types of data. We have two major types of data. Data can be counted, can be involve numbers, or can involve words. Okay, so we have quantitative, which is a numerical data, and we have categorical, which is a qualitative data, qualitative, not quantitative. Now let's look at quantitative and see what's happening. So quantitative data, it involves numbers. It involves numbers. And with quantitative, you can calculate mean, you can calculate mode, you can actually calculate also median. So the quantitative, it can be either counted or measured. That leads us to two types of, again, quantitative data. We have two types of quantitative data, which is one is discrete, the other one is continuous data. So discrete data is data obtained by counting. Data obtained by counting, and it only exists as whole numbers. Let's give an example of population. Population, number of people, or population of animals. So even if maybe in a room there is a 280-year-old people and a 1-day-old child, you find that we'll consider that room to be having 3 people, because we are not saying because of the age, this one is still young, we can't say it, maybe let's say 2,3 or no, or something like that, but it has to be 3 people that are inside the room. Also number of cars, even if there are 20 Bugatti Veyrons and only one, Mazda 236, it means that 323, I don't know, yeah. It means that they will be actually, you actually consider that as a car as well. Let's continue with the continuous data. Data obtained by measuring, e.g. weight and height. Weight and height. Now, with this data now, we give an example of millimil. When you're buying millimil, you can see that there's 2,5, there's 12,5, there's 10 kg, there's 5 kg. All the things, that's an example of what of continuous data mass. So that will be in terms of mass, and also height. We can see that people have different heights. You can have someone with 1,2, 1,35, 1,89, it goes on like that. But now, so continuous data can exist as whole numbers, fractions, and also decimals. But with discrete data, only whole numbers. So something that you can count is discrete data. Something that you can measure is actually continuous data. Then let's move on to the second what called type of data, which is qualitative data. This one involves words. So you can't find mean, you can't find median of words. You can't find mean, you can't find median on the qualitative data, only the mode. So for example, of qualitative data is people names, the gender, the eye color, response to questionnaires. So you can ask a question, then most people will answer you with what one answer, will give you one answer. That common answer will consider it as a mode. Okay, like if you check with what called Steve Harvey's program of what is a Steve Harvey's program, and you see that they've got those common answers that they actually present on Family Feud. There's those common answers. That's what we're referring to as mode, because they appear more people actually give those answers. Okay, so let's get to actually to calculations and see what we can do here. Okay, so here we have a first question here. The ages of 20 students in a class at Technikon is recorded as follows. We have got these numbers here. They're asking us to calculate the mean age of the students. So mean age of the students. So I've got 5A1. We are calculating mean age of the students. Now, mean is represented by this sign here. And how do we get the mean? We are saying you have summation of x, So there's no this up here and n. So this one is our mean. This one, the x represents the data. Then n represents number of elements. Number of elements. Okay, so it's number of elements. Just want to ramp here. It's just x here. So this means sum of. So this means sum of. So that's the sign for summation. Now, so what we do here, you are supposed to add everything divided by 20 because there are 20 values. Okay. So I want to teach you what called an easy way to use your calculator when you're actually calculating when you're in statistics. Okay. So you punch, what is it? The mode. If you're using Casio, okay, then you press 2. Then on that 2, you press 1, which is for variance there. When you press 1, you put in your data values. You put 20. When you after pressing any value, you press equal sign. So you've got 20, 20, 20. I mean 20 here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've already put 3 there. So we need 6 20s. Okay. So you can see that we are done with the 6 20s. Then we have got how many 21s here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 21, 21, 21, 21. Okay. Then we have got how many 22s here? 1, 2, 3. 22s, there are 3. 22, 22, 22. Okay. Then we have got 23s. How many are there? There are 4. We have got 23, 23, 23, and 23. Okay, then we are left with what? We have got 24 and 24, 24, 24. Then the last one is 65. Okay, then what we have our data there. Then after putting all the data values, you press AC. You press AC. Okay, now from there, now you want to find your summation of x. Remember, we said summation of x. So we said summation of x over n. What is this summation of x? Because we want you to put that. So you say shift state. So shift 1. So it's shift 1. Then you are looking at what is it? You are looking at sum, which is 3. You press 3. When you press 3, you've got summation of x there, which is 2. Then you put in 475. 475. Then over. Our n is 20. We are given already. We know that n is 20. Then we're going to say now 475. Then you say shift again, state Then we are looking at what is it? VAR, which is the variance. So for 4, when you look at 4, you check for your summation. So what you call your mean, the sign of mean that we already indicated to you, and which is 2 there. You press your 2, then you press equal sign. So you have got answer is 23.75. These are what ages, 23.75 years. So it's approximately 24 years. Okay, approximately 24 years. Then let's move on to median. Now remember, median is the middle number. Median is the middle number. So let's go to number 2. So when I'm given more data like this, I think you have been taught that you cancel both sides until you reach what you call where the numbers are equal. But what you can also do to find the position. Because remember, median, you're looking at the position. So median, you calculate your median by saying your position by saying what is it? N plus 1 over over 2. So n plus 1 over 2, this should be the value where it is. It's locate your values. So what is our n? N is 20. 20 plus 1 is 21. So it's 21 divided by, oh, what's going on here? 21 divided by 2, what do we get? We get 10.5. So the number is 10.5 value. So it's between, so we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10.5 is between 21 and 22. So once you see a comma, that means that it's between what you call 2 numbers. So it's between the 10th number and the 11th number. So your median therefore will be equals to 21 plus 22 over 2. What do we get? This is what is it? 21. 21 plus 22 divided by 2 will get 21.5. 21.5, which is approximately 22 years. Okay, that's what we have. Then we move on to 3. So this was 2. We move on to 3. Then calculate the modal age. Modal age, remember, the one that appears the most, and you can see that there are many 20s there. So it's going to be 20 years. Okay. Then we are asked again, are there any outliers? If so, what are they? Are there any outliers? Remember, the number that is out of range, what is it? It's actually our 65. So 65 is the number that is out of range. So here the answer should be yes, is there. Then it's what you call 65, what you call yes. So 65 years is the outlier there. Then let's move on to the what you call next question here. For this one here, I just want to calculate mean with you guys. I just want to calculate mean with you guys. Remember, we said mean is equals to what? Summation of x over n. And what is this summation of x? Remember what we do? We mod, we press 2. When we press 2, press 1. After pressing 1, we put in our values. 3.7, we press equals. 4.0, we press equal. What is it? 4.8, we press equal. 4.8. You put all the values, even if they are repeating, put them as they are. Even if they are repeating, put them as they are. Then you press your AC. Then you shift 1. Where do we go? Sum. 3. Then where do you go? 2. What do we get? We get 27.2 over, what is our n? How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many? Is 6. Then what is our answer there? We're gonna say now, we don't even need to calculate this. We're just gonna say shift 4, 2. Then what do we get? We get 4.5. So 4.5 is our mean. And also, if you try to check here, 27.2 divided by 6, we still get the same answer. Okay, can you see that how brilliant this is? Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, now what we have there is the electricity cost for a family over 12 months period are recorded. Okay, then they want you to calculate the mean, they want you to calculate the median, they also want you to calculate what the mod. Okay, so like what we said, our mean, how do we get our mean? Our mean is equal to summation of m, summation of x over n. Remember here, you are adding everything. You are adding everything. You are adding everything. So for example here, let me just take you back a little bit. Here, we'll be saying summation. When I'm saying summation here, it means that you're going to say 3,7 plus 4 plus 4,0 plus 4,8 plus 4,8 plus 4,8 plus 5,1 all over, I mean the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all over 6. So you can punch this in a calculator and still get the same answer, okay, which is 4,5. The reason why I'm showing you this is because you need to show us here. You can't just go straight to the answer, okay? You need to show us the what you call the formula, and you also need to show us the summation of x. Then you need to show us the answer, okay? Of which everything you can punch it in your calculator and get it, okay? Now, what do we need to do? Remember, we need to punch it again. I'm going to punch it again here. I'm going to punch all the values. Okay, so we go on again to our statistics. 2, then where do we go? 1. Then we start punching 415,69. We press equal. Okay, so remember also here how many months is 12 months. Okay, so you can see that also your numbers there is counting your number of data there. So it's 12 there. Then you press your AC. Okay, then from there you know what to do. Shift, stat, sum. We're looking at number 2. Then what do we get? We get 9296,85 over how many is 12 months. That's our n. Then we can calculate that. Shift, stat, 4, our mean is what is 2. Then what do we get? We get 774,74. Okay, 774,74. This is in rands, so don't forget also to put what call the units. Okay, so now calculate the median class. Median cost. Remember what we have agreed. Median you need to arrange first in ascending order. So for the median, so this is for A. For B now, you need to arrange everything in order. Then we're going to start with what? We look here and check that. We see that it's 415,69. Okay. What else do we have? We have anything below 4 is 599,61. Okay. Okay, another thing for median, before you continue after arranging your data in ascending order, you need to count again. How many did you put in all the data, all the data values? So you see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So everything is there. Then how do we get the median? Remember position. What do we say position? It's actually what? N plus 1 over 2, then that should give us. So it's going to be 13 over 2 because it's 12 plus 1. 13 divided by 2. 13 divided by 2 is going to be 6,5. 6,5. This is the value position where it is. So we count again here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6,5 is between these two numbers. That's where the median is. So our M is therefore equal to 75960 plus 764,50 divided by 2, because it's in what we call between those two values. Then what are we going to do here? We're gonna say I want to remove that. Want to have this order here. We're gonna say 759,60 plus 764,5 over 2. What do we get? We get 762,05. That should be our answer. And what is this one? Should be in rands because we are dealing with money here. Now, calculate the mode. What appears most here is this here. This is your mode. This is your mode here. Your mode is C. So this was B. Our C should be equals to 928,15. So that's our C there. Okay. That's what we get as our C. Then we move on again to the next question, because that's the one that appears twice. All the other values, they appeared once only. Now let's move on to the next question. There are 4 children in a family. including one pair of twins. The average of their ages are, mean is 8.5 years, median is 10 years, mode is 11 years. Use this information to work out the ages of the children. So here now, listen here carefully. We are told already that the mean is 8.5, and the median is what? It's 10. But you know that there are how many children are we talking about here? We're talking of 4 children. And those 4 children, let's just deal with this. Let's just say it's X, one student that we don't know, the age is X years, the other one is Y years, the other one is what we call 11, because remember we are told that the twins are 11, the twins, pair of twins, and the mode is also 11, so it appears twice. So it's gonna be 11 plus 11. So these are the what you call the value that we have here. And we are saying the median. Why would you get the median? Let's put the comma here, not plus, sorry. Let's put the comma here. The median is what we call, we add these two to get and divide by 2. So we are saying Y plus 11 divided by 2 should give us the median of what? Of 10. Then we take 2, that side is going to be 2 times 2, 10, it's going to be 20. So Y plus 11 is going to be equals to 20. Then we get what? Y is going to be equals to 9. Now we have the age of 9. So what do we have now? We've got 9 here. So we know that one of the children here is 9 years. So now we are left with X. Now that's what we want to calculate. Now with X, now we use the mean now. We use the mean because we know that if we say X plus 9 plus 11 is all over 4, we get 8.5. We get 8.5. We get 8.5. So we're going to add everything here. We take 4, that side is going to be 8.5 times 4. What do we get? We get 34. Because our space here, we're going to use 34 there. Then what are we having in 9 plus 11 plus 11? It's going to be 9 plus 11 plus 11. What do we get? 31. So it's X plus 31, which is going to give us 34. Then we are looking at what X now. We're going to say now 34 minus 31, we get 3. So our X should be equals to 3 years. Okay. So the ages here, the ages of the children are 3 years, 9 years, 11 years, 11 years. That's what we do. Okay. I hope you understand, guys. Where should we use our mode? Where should we use our mean? Okay, we use our mode here to calculate the other value, because we know that when we arrange them, they should be what called the median should be between these two values. That's what we are using to calculate what called one of the ages. Then once we have the third age, we are looking for the fourth one. We are now using mean to say if we add everything, we divide by number of the children, we get 8.5, and we use that and we get actually our X. This is our 3 years. So that's how we get to that. Okay. Now let's move on to the last slide. Now on the last slide, we are told that 9 workers have a mean wage of 1,170 per week. What is their total wage? Remember what I told you, with the mean, you can actually calculate the total. How many workers are there? We know that to calculate our mean, we say sum of everything. So we are total of the total age. So total age is our X. Remember, mean is what? Is equal to over N. So what is given to us here is our mean. What is again given to us is our N. But we are looking for what? We are looking for the sum there. Okay, that's what we're actually doing. So what are we going to do? Let's substitute here. We're going to say 1170 is equal to what? Summation of X, which we don't know, over N. What is our N? We are told that there are 9 workers. So it's going to be 9 workers. So how do we get summation of X? N, we multiply both sides by 9. Multiply by 9 here, we cancel. Then multiply by 9 here, we get the total. So summation here will be equals to what called 1170 times 9, which will get as 1170 times 9. We get 10,530. Okay, so their total wage is 10,530 rand. Okay, now a new worker joins the company and is given a wage of 1,050 per week. Okay. Now, what is the total wage for the 10 workers? Now, total wage for the 10 workers, we are adding this amount here with what called to 1,050. So total wage is going to be B1. This is A. Okay. B1. Total wage of the 10 workers, we're going to say 10,530 plus 1,050. Okay. What do we get? So plus 1,050, we get 11,580. So that will be the total wage for 10 workers now, because there are 10, we added one here, the extra. Now, what is the mean wage for the 10 workers? Now we have we know that mean wage, mean is equal to summation of X over N, which is the 11,580 divided by N. What is N? N is 10. So we divide this one here by 10, we get 1,158 rand. So this is the mean wage. Okay. Now let's look at the numbers. Question 7. The mean age of class of 20 girls is 16 years 5 months. 4 new girls join the class. The mean age of these 4 girls is 16 years 0 months. By how much is the mean wage of class lowered after the girls join the class? So here now, again, something that I need to teach you guys. When you are given 11 years, 16 years, 16 years, 5 months. Okay, this is difficult to deal with, but what we can do is that we can calculate this in terms of years. Okay, so 5 months in terms of years is 5 over 12. So this is now years. So if we say 5 over 12, 5 divided by 12, we get 0.41242. Okay, so this is going to be 16.42 years. Okay, that's our mean, 16.42 years. Okay, 16.42 years in this case, when we take out the month part. Then the other one just 16 years. So, but we are told that how many girls here is 20 girls. Okay, mean age of 20 girls is this. So we are given, we want the total now. We want the total. Because remember here what we are given. This is question 7. What we are given, we want the total. So total for the first one, for the 20, we're going to say summation. And what we have here, we want the total is going to be equal to mean 16.42 times what? 16.42 times what is, how many are they? Times 20. 16.42 times 20. We get 328.4. Okay. Now when we get 328.4, this is what? This is the sum. This is the total. Then for the four, the total there, the total we're gonna say total for this is 20 girls. For the 4 girls, for the 4 added summation of X4 20, we're gonna say is gonna be 16 times what? Times 4. What do we get? We say 16 times 4. What do we get? We get 64. And that's our total there. Okay. Now we want to check now by how much is the mean age of the class lowered. Now we add these two, then divided by 24 and find the total mean. So we're gonna say 628 plus 64 over 2, because of over what's called, sorry, over 24. Over 24, what do we get? $328.4. We get that. Then we divide that by 24. We get 16.32. 3, 5 years. Okay, so now we're asked by how many, by how much. Now, because 0.35 that we have, we're gonna say it's gonna be 16 years. Okay, then 0.35 times 12. We're now converting to months, so that we see that how many months of that 0.35. Then we're gonna say 16 years. Then now when we say 16 years, we're gonna say 0.35 times 12. What do we get? We get 4.2, which is gonna be approximately 4 months. Okay, so you can see that from 11 years 5 months to 11 years 4 months, 11 years 5 months to 11 years 4 months. That's what happened there. Okay, so let's look at the last question here. The graph shows those two graphs. The graph shows the results of a survey about pet ownership given to a class of 32 learners. Do the graph show quantitative or qualitative data? Okay, let's look at it. What type of pet do you own? What type of pet do you own? Do you own a dog? Do you own a cat? Do you own a bird? This one, it has to be qualitative, because it does have nothing to do with number. They have nothing to do with the number. You're just telling us what type of it. Is it a dog? Is it a cat? Now, how many cats do you own? You can see that those who own one. So here we see that this is quantitative, because now we are dealing with numbers here. Quantitative data. Okay. So this is the end of the class. This is Mr. Stole. For any questions, you can also as well contact us or communicate to us in the class. Okay, you can send a message where you don't understand, and also on our weekly classes we'll actually meet and see where you are struggling with. Okay, thank you so much.